This is the NBA on NBC. Today, it's the New York Knicks versus the Orlando Magic.
Are set to go. Third meeting of the season. They split the previous two. The Knicks' last visit here in Orlando. And rebounded by O'Neal. Anderson on the drive. Monty Williams was looking for a shot. Royal had the baseline closed.
For him this year has been his passing, followed very closely by his 17-foot jump shot.
Ewing, yes. There are two schools of thought regarding O'Neal beating Patrick Ewing down court. John Starks, played by Donald Royal. Ewing, yes. Anderson, played by Starks. Ewing and O'Neal battling for position, and Shaquille was able to get position, blew the layup, beautiful pass, and Grant is fouled. Starks for Williams. Monty Williams. Well, his shot was altered by Shaquille O'Neal.
He's going to be the double teamer when it goes into inside to O'Neal or Hardaway, and he's been losing Horace Grant unnecessarily.
The double team coming on O'Neal, pops it out for Anderson, who throws up the three. Anderson from the field here at the start, and the Knicks 4 out of 8. Shaquille trying to get inside. Back comes Hawk. Well, the help coming late, and Shaquille was able to go glass.
As Harper able to finish here, Shaquille getting into the lane before the Charles Smith double team can get, and has really shown a beautiful touch on that jump. Talking to the media, even talking to your players, everything you say is measured to affect your team.
I didn't realize that, man. Yes. In this first quarter, Ewing getting the room. And the rebound handled by Royal. Pops it down for O'Neal.
Well, Shaq refreshed after that little bit of a breather. He got
to go in this first quarter, and the Magic leading 22-18. Shaquille from a line drive jump hook.
This hook may be a little bit outside his range, but he has just gotten so comfortable with that little step, terrific footwork, that dare either Dennis Scott, Nick Anderson, or others to beat him from the outside.
And Anderson does just that. Although the Knicks will still go to the double team from time to time. Kept alive by O'Neal, using his power.
And that's what Shaq can do his damage.
Shooter off the bench. Ewing stripped by Hardaway. Hardaway and Shaw combining. And Hardaway will go to the line.
To the floor, just 1 for 6 to start the second quarter, and it's carrying over to the defensive end as well.
It turned into a jump shooting festival. Mason can't hit. Rebound Ewing. Yes.
And they're a much different basketball team when they do that.
O'Neal. Last touch by Turner of the Magic.
Here, Mason on the miss, and Patrick Ewing keeping the ball alive, battling on the offensive board as he has really picked up his rebounding.
Against Hubert Davis, here's Jeff Turner. Shaquille O'Neal getting inside position. Boxing out. Patrick Ewing.
Actually, Mason and Patrick Ewing get in a switch here, so Patrick winds up with the big man, but never really gets a body on the inside of Shaquille O'Neal, as it also looked like Patrick coming out in this ballgame was very aware of trying not to get into foul trouble, and consequently, he's become passive at the defensive game and react to situations when you think you get yourself in a lot of trouble.
O'Neal with another bad shot. Some bad decisions here by Shaquille. It out for the Knicks. And Shaquille guarded by the 6'7" Anthony Mason.
This as a result of throwing the ball back outside, re-establishing position, getting it back inside, a somewhat comfortable lead for the Magic.
Patrick Ewing making his return. That's a goaltend. The basket will count. Pat Riley looked to buy some time with Ewing on the bench and went with Mason and then Bonner against O'Neal, and it cost the Knicks.
This time Patrick Ewing having Shaquille one-on-one inside for Grant.
9 points for Horace Grant. Charles Smith. And for Charles, that is his first field goal. O'Neal got the step on Ewing. Nice lead pass.
Really has good vision of the floor.
Charles Smith rejected. O'Neal over to help out by Shaquille.
Shaq shedding Patrick Ewing as he gets the good setup feed from Horace Grant, as so far Shaquille O'Neal continuing to have his way with Patrick.
12-point Orlando lead. We'll be back in a moment. Now Scott posting up Harper. Scott, rebound O'Neal.
Once again, Shaquille O'Neal roaming underneath the basket as Patrick Ewing went for the shot block, and nobody able to find Shaquille O'Neal. Wouldn't have mattered anyway, as Dennis Scott put up that south hook, and O'Neal finishes it off. Good defense.
Phoenix last week at home at Madison Square Garden. Not the case to this point here, and Ewing is fouled. He's hit hard.
A lot of shot clock.
Ewing had it knocked away. O'Neal. And a foul is called. Harper with the room. Air ball. Handled by Ewing.
Missed everything, and he bobbled the basketball as he couldn't believe Harper missed that open shot.
Back comes Harper. Starks. Good play by Smith. What a play by Charles Smith. Taking it from Grant.
The Knicks, and that's getting themselves aggressive and getting to the offensive board.
And Shaquille way off.
Good perimeter shooting, but that is about his range, 15 to 17 feet. He's in there to get to the basket, get to the offensive board, play good, solid defense.
Shaquille on the fake. Backing his way, going to the beautiful fake.
Man.
Like Ewing hurt his neck. Monty Williams spinning inside. Nice move by Williams. 6:50 to go in the third. Ewing, yes. 19 points. Met by Grant. Ewing. Patrick Ewing, following the timeout, has hit a couple of jump shots.
Has that in his arsenal and does it very well.
Now Ewing stepped out of the double team, so Smith. Does it count? Yes, it does. Shaquille gets the call on the continuation. And he'll go to the line. Foul committed by Monty Williams.
Well, add this one to the repertoire. You're not going to see this too often, as Shaquille O'Neal being grabbed and tugged on, able to double clutch a little bit, shoot it on the way down. He looked like a small forward himself on that particular shot. One more look at it as Shaquille putting the ball on the floor, making something happen.
4 of his last 14 at the line. Shaquille O'Neal.
Or come off penetration, but just to launch jump shots, tough way to play.
Ewing launching the jump shot. Starks able to.
With the improved jump shot, as again, able to see the floor, puts the little bump into Patrick Ewing to create space for himself. This offense.
It's the 184th consecutive regular season sellout for the Magic. Patrick Ewing, 50%, second best shooting team in the league. Harper for 3. Yes. As you mentioned, playing Scott very tight. Ewing with the steal. Ewing on the drive. Ewing will go to the line as he lands on press row.
Patrick Ewing stepping out to trap Dennis Scott on the dribble. Almost was listening for a whistle there, as he probably got away with a little strip, as unable to finish that play as he got hacked. But you can almost see him hesitate here as he just was all over Dennis Scott, but looking like a point guard himself, as he couldn't finish the play as Brian Shaw broke it up and will send Patrick to the line.
Giving it back to Grant. And the tip by Shaquille O'Neal.
Runs.
John Starks was scoreless up until that point in the second half. Power move by O'Neal, who is doing whatever he wants against the Knicks front line. Ewing, yes. Patrick Ewing. Here's O'Neal. And the foul is called. That is number 3 on Ewing. O'Neal has 2 fouls.
Patrick Ewing sometimes does not move his feet defensively. Here, nobody gets a block out as Shaquille O'Neal gets inside Anthony Mason. But when Shaq had low post position here, drop stop, as Patrick Ewing standing 2 straight and enabling Shaquille to get the spin move.
Hubert Davis back on the floor for the Knicks. Patrick Ewing. O'Neal 21 points, 14 rebounds. Ewing had fouled out at the end of the first overtime period. Played by Hubert Davis. Pick and roll with Shaquille O'Neal. And he's fouled. Starks felt he had all ball by only 6. Ewing from Davis. And a loose ball foul. No help for Ewing. It's a one-on-one. Shaquille O'Neal with yet another new move. Ewing with 29. Hopper on a quick release. Yes. A two-pointer for Derek Hopper. Ewing and O'Neal each have 3 personal fouls. Ewing with a drop step. Yes. Patrick Ewing. Ewing facing up. And Hardaway with the rebound. And Dennis Scott in an effort to tie the game. O'Neal is hammered. Got the step. Hopper for 3. Yes. Derek Hopper. Come up on 3 minutes to go in the 4th. Ewing with a very difficult shot. And Hardaway.
Basketball in his hands. He wants to make the big play.
Ewing. Patrick Ewing for 3. Down to 2. Hardaway for 3. Shaquille O'Neal able to slam it home. And the Magic by 7. 41 points for O'Neal.
Penny Hardaway with the long jump shot. Patrick Ewing turning to look at the ball, and that left the opening crease for Shaquille O'Neal as he just got way up in the air and threw that thing down and lets everybody know about it as he is growling at everybody.
For Shaquille, his 6th 40-plus game this season. Orlando by 7. Scott. Ewing out to set the pick. Ewing with an open shot for 3. Patrick Ewing hits a 3 to cut it to a 1-point lead. Do not mind at all the way Hardaway's been shooting at the foul line.
Well, if you have to give up a shot like that, the Magic certainly would rather have Patrick taking that.
Down to 15 seconds. Going for the 2. Ewing ties the game at 98. With the 11 and 8/10 seconds to go. 29 from the field.
Well, we got the 2-man play. It wasn't a pick and roll. This is the little turnout off Ewing. Quickly in, and Patrick not wasting any time as Horace Grant was the man on Shaquille O'Neal, and giving away that height advantage enabled Patrick to make that quick turn instead of the longer outstretched arm of Shaquille O'Neal. I think Brian Hill and the Magic anticipated the Knicks using a little bit more clock on that play.
Down to 5 seconds. Game time. Grant. Starks went for the gamble. Anderson gets it over. And we go to overtime. And the Knicks 98. Ewing. Whoa, that was off the top of the backboard. Comes back to Ewing. Ewing on a double team is fouled. He was trying to set up for the drop step in overtime. Scott forcing a bad shot, fielded by O'Neal, and he's fouled. 6 on the 24. O'Neal played by Mason. And the rebound covered by Grant. And Hopper fouls Hardaway. Down to 7 seconds. Here comes Starks looking for the shot. Ewing will take the 3. Air ball. Handled by Shaw, and that will do it. And the Magic win it in overtime, 103-100. Let's go to Ahmad with Shaquille O'Neal.
All right, thanks, Mark. Shaq, you guys were cruising there in the 3rd quarter, way ahead, but then what happened?
We got all our guys back from injuries, and, we came out, we played with a lot of enthusiasm, and we won the game. They had a lot of shots there in the 4th quarter, but in overtime, we hung in there. opportunity to see some big free throws and we won the game.
You had a feeling that this was one of those kind of games that you tried to send a message that even though they are the big kids on the block, there are new kids on the block now.
Yeah, and plus we had lost 2 in a row. We didn't want to lose 3 in a row, so we had to, win here today to get our confidence back up.
All right, congratulations on a great game today, and I will see you next week at the All-Star game. All right, back to you, Marv.